Hey Charlie, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, thanks.
Cool.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. This is very very nice. I'm just gonna take a little wide angle here and also switch to my controller because I like the cameras a lot better. This is very nice. Very nice. All right, so you are my tour guide. I'm gonna follow you and you just kind of let me know where we're going.
Sure. Happy just to kind of go around the outside before we head in.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Very nice. Very nice. I like how you have your treasure chests. It's always kind of hard to like know. It's like, what am I supposed to do with these? And I like how you have the exterior. I'm looking over here to the left at the those dynamic wallpapers. Like how you use that on the outside. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, just to kind of I found these really like just kind of theme in with all the trees I have, so it just kind of makes it look like it extends.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. Kind of like how you everything's stacked up on the side here too. It's like you have a really good use of space. I'm just kind of do a little pan around here. It's like that anvil just it looks like it belongs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was really important I had an anvil at the front because I always forget to repair until I'm about to walk out the door. So I
Yes.
had to find a place somewhere at the entrance here to make sure it always reminded me.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. How long have you been playing Palia?
Mm, I think I started just before closed beta ended.
Nice. Nice. Excellent. You got a nice farm. Very well out. Do you do the big farm engineering stuff or you go for what you need?
Um, Not really. Well, yeah, I guess I've got a farm layout which I shamelessly stole from Reddit, which is fine. It's mainly just focuses on apple trees. I'm kind of at the stage in the game where I don't necessarily need resources, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of let the apple trees run, and I take it for jam.
That's
But
cool.
everything else just kind of stays here
Yeah,
on my
yeah.
own.
Yeah. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, the how do you like the farming? Do you like the mechanic itself?
I don't mind farming. It'd be nice if we had more to farm, as in
Right.
more plots. I think.
Ah, yeah.
Just to kind of make it a bigger type farm.
Right.
But there is a point I think, and maybe that's just where the game like has like certain limits where you kind of reach a threshold,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then farming just kind of becomes an afterthought. So I don't know if that can be resolved. So you obviously keep engaged with farming, but I've done a lot of farming, so it's been something that I've enjoyed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And again, I like how you use your treasure chest. It's like it. I don't know. It's just like I don't know what to do with these, but this is where they go. You know, it's like I have a limited amount of space, and this is what I'm gonna. This is where I'm gonna put them. I like this area over here to the right. How you have these. You have the campfires. It's kind of cozy, but it's also like it's efficient too. You know, if you got to grill multiple things at once, you just kind of go boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just had this makeshift item, and I just kind of wanted it to be over the top of something as well. So I just
Yeah,
kind of that's all it happened, which is it was nice.
yeah, yeah. I like that. Well, moving on, we have you got your seed machines and your jammers.
Yeah, so just kind of like a work area, intentionally very cluttered. So it's like a very kind of cozy, closed in type of feeling around here.
Ah, yes.
Um, but it's all quite accessible. And yeah, it was just this is actually really new. I actually started this area. Look, I started an area around the back
Hmm.
within the last 24 hours, and it kind of I totally redesigned all this side of the house. So it's been it's been a big 24 hours actually to kind of pull all this together.
Oh,
So
wow.
still potentially a work in progress in terms of where things end up finally, but yeah, pretty happy with how this turned out. It kind of hit what I was thinking about.
Ah, yeah. This is you did a great job on this. Just kind of it's I don't know if cluttered is like a is a good word. It's a word that you use, but I you know it's I feel like it's efficient. Like you have this is intentionally efficient. You know, you can just kind of go around and it's a good use of space. It's a good use of space. And you know, in addition to that, we'll go on your house in a second. I've just wanted to come over here to this corner. How you have things stacked up and it looks like you just have a you know we can't sit in the chairs yet, but when we can, you're ready for it. You know, it just you can sit here and contemplate all your efficiency.
Yeah. There's like, because there's multiple things, right? Because there's an actual game where you know, you're trying to make stuff here. So the efficiency of keeping everything kind of accessible for that, but then you also, you know, just decorating and designing and trying to all those things kind of work together, right? In terms
Yeah,
of what you're trying to achieve.
excellent. Yeah. All right, sir. I'm following you. Where are we going next?
Yep. So this is just kind of an empty area, but essentially this is kind of future proofing. If we ever one day get stables or animals, it's going to be
Oh,
on this
yeah.
side.
Right. I was just about to ask you like what your, you know, what are some of the plans for your plot plans?
Not a
That's
lot.
cool.
I've actually hit the item limit on the plot, so I can't literally do anything else with the house.
Wow.
Every time I try to put something in, it just kind of says the limit's been reached, which is okay. I'm hoping. I think a lot of that's fencing. So whenever
Right.
fencing's more optimized or they give us different options, I think I can get some space back. But yeah, this area is intentionally for the stables, and it's got that direct connection back into the house with this side entrance.
I like that. I like that you're already planning ahead even though you've hit the limit, you know? And like you mentioned the fences, a lot of people are doing some creative things with the fences. Just, you know, doubling up the posts and those sorts of things. But yeah, I agree with you. Like when they have more fencing options, you can experiment with different types of fences and get a good look. This is very nice. Ooh, ooh, I like this corridor. You know, a lot of people that they have these big trees and they definitely make it a point to keep them and incorporate them in their design.
Yeah,
This
I
is
tried
fun.
really hard to keep my big trees. By luck, I guess, because when I made that decision to try to keep the big trees, that was before I knew they didn't grow back. Like you can only get like these medium-sized trees that you plant
Right,
yourself.
right.
Um, but some I've sort of lost a couple, unfortunately.
Oh,
But yeah, this can I like a lot of overgrowth. So this is like kind of like a built forest to really darken this whole space, I guess, but kind of make it feel closed in as well.
this is very impressive. I like how you have everything just kind of balanced in here and it's just it's so lush. Have I thanked you yet for letting me come tour your house? I mean, dang.
Cheers.
This is awesome, man. This is very nice work. Like it's I don't know. I'm looking sorry, I gotta go back over here. I'm looking over the flowers and everything and all of the lushness that you have. And it just like I look at it and it has a fragrance to it. Like I can almost feel it, you know? That's pretty cool. It's not too many people can do that, and I think you nailed that. That was really awesome. In fact, my wife is sitting behind me and she said, you know, wow. It's so this is really cool. This is really cool. Oh man. Whoa. Whoa.
So this is kind of just the back gazebo. Meant to be, so obviously, as you can see, this is kind of a cake party hosting spot.
You don't
Um,
say. This is wow. This is awesome. Like I've never seen a circular design before. That's really cool. Most of the time it's very galley, you know?
Sure. Look, I won't kind of take all the credit for that. This is definitely a stolen layout. So I've obviously done quite a few cake parties to be
Yeah.
able to afford such a place. And
Yeah.
some people do amazing jobs. Unfortunately, I can't decorate mine because, as I said, I've actually hit the item limit, so I can't actually fancy this up too much as it is. But some people have done amazing jobs, and I've definitely took inspiration from what they've done in their own.
This is just it's really cool. Just kind of how it's circular, but it's also enclosed. And I mean, come on, Singularity 6, give this man some more assets he can put up in here.
For
That's
sure. It'll
awesome.
definitely be one of the areas. Like I said, this is brand new. So this whole back area, again, along with that side, was all done in the last 24 hours.
Wow. Wow. I hope it's not on my account, because I mean, this is even still, that's impressive feat to put all this together in that amount of time. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I had some inspiration to do something at the back, and I kind of, in doing so, I destroyed a lot. So there was a bit of
Yeah.
a rush to make sure I got things presentable again.
Right. Right.
But that's okay, because at the same time as when I do kind of get into like decorating, it becomes a bit of a focus, and I just like to get through it as well.
I like all the torches, how they're, I I mean, we kind of went into nighttime, but there's just so much, there's so much and plenty of lighting. Like you don't words are hard. You haven't skipped out on lighting, and that's awesome.
Well, lighting's one of the nice things that Singularity 6 has done in this game. I think lighting's actually really good. Obviously, the
Yeah.
particle graphics of the wind is kind of annoying, but the actual lighting itself is really cool. So using that as kind of a decoration as well, right?
Right. And I like how you have these are, I'm walking on some rugs here. That's really cool. Nice.
Yeah,
Like, oh, I'm
yeah, it's
sorry.
like designating that work area, right? So
Right,
it's just
right. We don't really have paths, and I wish that we did, but I mean, this is kind of it feels like you said, work area. I mean, it's the right kind of flooring for this kind of thing. It almost seems makeshift. I don't know all of the, haven't seen all of
yeah,
the items, but this
yeah.
is,
So these are makeshift rugs
yeah,
from the Ziki Underground.
awesome.
But yeah, they're very. I think, like you said, it kind of suits this particular area with the worn rows underneath the work area.
Absolutely. Yes.
And it kind of breaks away from the grass, so it kind of designates an area as well.
Right. And I like that even still, whether it's a glitch or not, the grass kind of peeking through the flooring and in between the rugs, like it's awesome. That's awesome the way that works. It's very nice. All right, I'll let you lead. Following you. Lots of things that are just accessible from multiple areas. You got plenty of repair areas, plenty of trunks. Holy shit. What do we have here?
So this is the other gazebo. So this is obviously just the decorated gazebo.
Ah, my goodness. Wow. This is so pretty. I was also echoing, like my wife were like right behind me. She's like, it's so pretty. I was like, it is so pretty. This is,
Lots of colors in here with the peach
yes.
fabric or the peach theme, which isn't the theme inside the house. So it's definitely there's a contrast to what you'll see inside. So which is really important, right? You don't want the kind of
Yeah.
the same theme inside outside. It's got to have that difference.
I know that the bookshelves, like one of the hardest things is figuring out what to put on them. And again, I mean, you nailed it. Like, yeah, this has been, yeah, you're knocking this out of the park. Like everything that we're looking at so far is just like, you could have just had that one thing and that would have been the tour. That would have been the tour, but this is epic, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bookshelf it was actually from inside, but I glitched that fish onto it. So I can't place that fish again. So I just left it there and it came out here because I wanted a fish out here.
Yeah, it's very nice, very nice. I'm running out of words. I'm starting to repeat myself, but it's really, really well done. And I really like how you have those dynamic wallpapers on the outside. Like it's really cool as far as making it seem like you're setting a scene here.
Yeah, that's right. It just kind of extends the outside a bit actually.
Yeah, it
Kind of
does.
looking here and it just like it's like an outside little court.
That's a nice trick. Okay.
So this is just kind of the final kind of entrance area. So this is the side entrance to the main door. So this is the deck. And then
Yeah.
yeah, we're back to the front.
I'll check out this area over here to the right because we went into the left. So wow. Wow. Yeah. Obligatory YouTube thing. If you haven't already done so, like, you know what to do. But I want to I want to read your comments and I want to know what y'all think about this. This. Ooh. Okay. Am I ready for the inside? My goodness. All right, let's do this.
Yeah, let's hop on in.
Okay. Ooh. I love this. I love how you have plushies everywhere. I mean, and you got the chess set boards. You have stuff just like every inch of your property is just covered. But it's
Adds a
not.
bit of adds a bit of something, a bit of flavor to it. Otherwise, it would be very empty, I think, without those type of livable
Yeah.
pieces.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, all right. I did a pan around, so I'm gonna follow you. Which direction are we going?
Yeah. So we'll start with the kind of kitchen and the
Oh, look at this spread. That is one hell of a spread. That is a feast. And you have such a great attention to detail. The chairs, they're not even. They're like this totally it looks lived in.
yeah, and that's definitely like a theme throughout the whole place. There's like even outside in the work areas, it's meant to be like an area that somebody's actually actively using. And so that carries onto the inside as well.
Right. And it's a nice well laid out kitchen. You know, it's not just hey, this this kitchen is just for cake parties. Like it looks like it looks like an actual kitchen, you know?
Yeah, so this is obviously that's my kind of normal kitchen. So
Yeah.
in when I kind of started playing this game, the first rooms I built on this plot is obviously the kitchen. So this is and it's pretty much unchanged since I built this. So it's probably a bit more minimalistic compared to some of the newer areas I've done.
Get out of
Um,
here. Get out of
but
here
at the
with
same
that word. That
time,
is not minimalistic.
yeah, but it's also something I don't really want to change here. I'm quite attached. And it's kind of nice to reflect back on where I kind of started with decorating and things.
Yeah. That's I mean, still just I goodness. That was awesome, man. Very, very well done. Yeah, another look at the main living area.
Yep. So everything hangs off kind of the grand room here.
Yes. Yes. And we're gonna just gonna take a look at this area before we walk in that room. Just how you have all of your paintings and your trinkets and this is awesome. You're definitely a fan of art. That is for sure. This must be
Yeah.
your bedroom.
Makes yeah. I
Oh,
think the
what
art
were we
makes a
gonna
big
say?
difference. Big difference to the walls. Otherwise, that it just adds to that cluttered or closed in feel where there's just so
Ye-
much happening.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this is the bedroom.
Wow. Definitely the bedroom with the capital T. That's awesome. A grand chest. I mean that feels so right. I like how you did a lot of colors here. Green is the theme here. A lot of earth tones.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll probably see that throughout the rooms that they each kind of had their own theme and style. And uh, mainly that was, I guess, started to be able to play with the different wallpapers and the different furniture sets in the game. But also when it all kind of came together, I quite enjoyed the contrast between the rooms.
Yeah. So I noticed you have some of the portraits of the NPCs. Who's your favorite NPC?
Um, uh, maybe Tish, I think. I don't know if I have too much attachment to the NPCs, to be honest. I actually have nearly all of them maxed reputation at this point. So,
Yeah.
uh, but
Oh,
yeah.
this bathroom and that wallpaper. That's amazing.
It's a very dark in this room, obviously, and it's probably the only room that's this dark. But that was mainly inspired by the Capital set, which is what this
Yeah.
kind of black and gold set is.
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely feels high end, you know? Definitely feels high end. Like this would be I can only imagine the Airbnb rates here, you know what I mean? You're like I would never do Airbnb. You wouldn't be able to pay anybody enough. No, this is it's very like luxurious. Very luxurious bathroom.
And obviously, something that you may notice or throughout the house is I'm a big fan of sight lines. So I haven't played too many games similar to like a Palia in the past, but I have played a lot of city skylines, and
Oh yeah.
decorating in city skylines is one things I always enjoyed. And sight lines is like a really big thing in that, right? So
Yeah.
this this house has a lot of sight lines as well. So as you can see, I've framed the bathtub to kind of be what you mainly see from the even if we go back to the main room, it's
Right.
just kind of that bathtub and everything else is hidden, including like the toilet and the side rooms. And
Yeah.
similarly from this bedroom, you have a sight line straight back to the oven, which is actually centrally lined up. But you kind of look over the dining table and all those kind of pictures and everything as well.
Yeah, you totally knocked this out of the park. And you know, not to distract from Paley, of course, but yeah, me and my wife, we were totally stoked for City Skylines too. So happy to make a new friend. Oh man, this is incredible. So now we have oh, by the way, I was gonna ask you real quick, Charlie. Uh what's this what's this fish's name?
Well, I don't think the fish has a name. He's
Oh.
kind of a fit. If he fits, he sticks. So he landed on this desk, and it kind of just like fit perfect on that desk, and
Nice.
he's just stayed ever since.
All right. Cool. And I was just curious, like that was it seemed like it I mean, it was obviously intentional, but I was just like, oh, I wonder if it has a name, if you've named it. All right, cool. I'm a nerd. I know. So this is like your own personal aquarium. Wow.
It's the fish room.
Yes.
As I kind of collect those starred fish in the game, they all kind of end up in here.
Oh man, that's so perfect. You got yeah, again, nailing the color scheme, the wallpaper, the lighting.
Yeah, so the fish room is pretty much all it exists because of the wallpaper. So
Right.
mainly because so just it was inspiration to show off that wallpaper as it is animated, as you can see.
Yes.
So it's just really cool. So I thought I needed a fish room purely so I could use this wallpaper.
Yeah. I just I love the parallax effects. So cool. And again, just all of your you cover sightlines very, very well.
That's right.
We're
So obviously, as another sight line from this room, you kind of look straight back towards an office.
oh, yes. Yes.
So this is just kind of just like a sitting room, I guess. I used to have hallways in my house, but hallways are kind of bugged in the game.
Right.
They're very hard to use with wallpapers. They don't seem to work.
You might
So
as well just
I converted them to small rooms, which is
yeah.
fine because it gives you more space to play with as well. So it
It
turned into kind of
does.
like a sitting room, kind of dumped a couple of the arcade games in here, and it
Oh,
gave me a chance to have a door to get straight out to that gazebo that we saw earlier, where the
right.
cafes were.
Right. And I like how you use this rug, this runner, just to go right into your office area. Fireplace in the office. Oh man, this is legit.
Yeah. So essentially. it's an office, but it's really just a trophy room, somewhere to kind of essentially show off all the trophies and collectibles from the game. I'm
Yes.
not sure. I think I saw somebody else do this, and it wasn't kind of to this extent. I probably took that idea and kind of amplified it. But I've seen a few people how they're trying to show off trophies, and sometimes they just kind of dump them anywhere. But it was
Right.
nice to create a room, which looks like it's a room that should be a part of the house.
Right.
But then it kind of doubles up as a trophy room as well.
Yes. If you had a chair like right here, you know, and you just have this backdrop of all these trophies and everything, I would be super intimidated. I'd be like, "Oh man, that'd be the nightmare interview." No, this is very very well done. It's like it's very warm. Like you can get some stuff done here. That's awesome. I'm gonna be very honest. Like I don't think that some of the in-game buildings are as decorated as this. That's cool, man. That's really really cool. All right. So now, oh, so cool.
So this is just kind of the witch room. Um,
Yes.
a lot of inspiration, obviously, from Tamala's place.
Right, right,
Uh, we don't really have any type of witch or alchemy stuff in game yet.
right.
But there has been hints that magic possibly may end up being something.
Yes.
So this is a room, obviously, mainly just to kind of show off those themes from Tamala. But the intent
Yeah.
is, if anything like that did come in game, it would end up in here.
Oh, right, 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 right. Yeah, this is really cool. I love I love all the colors, the lots of glowy things, and when you're not a Palia boss in the other room, you're a sorcerer in this one.
Yeah, and like I said, isn't as you can see, there's like very different themes in every room here.
Right.
But it doesn't necessarily feel too jarring moving between rooms as well. It does seem to flow.
Uh, One thing I was curious about, and this must be your bug room.
Yeah, it's the bug slash workroom. So
Bug
when
slash
yeah,
workroom. Oh, blueprints. That's a cool wallpaper.
because I struggled for a long time. So yeah, this did start off as just as a bug room,
Mm-hmm.
but there just wasn't enough bugs in the game. Not that I'm saying I have everything, but the room felt very empty just to be a bug room.
Right.
But I wanted to keep from obviously the sight line from inside the house. When you look down the hallway, it disappears. You're walking towards the bug room,
Oh
and then you
yeah.
have kind of the work area hidden on the kind of the backside to it. Um,
That's so impressive.
and you can open that chest as well, which kind of pops out like a work area.
Oh, yeah, that is cool. That is cool. Clunk. Wow. Yeah, this is where you get some stuff done.
Yeah, and it's right at the end of the room. So where we are on the plot is just outside is that work area space that we saw earlier. So it's right next to kind of the
So you can bounce.
sawmill. Yeah.
Right. You can bounce back and forth between them. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yes. This is over the moon, Charlie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all the place. That's kind of done the tour of the outside, and these are all the rooms. So pretty much I've seen it all at this point.
That's a lot to unpack though, for real. That is a lot to unpack. This has been so impressive. I just Yeah, I'm speechless. Like I'm running out of words to say. This is just it's so impressive how you used all available space. You have sight lines. You had colors for all the different rooms. Um, Thank you so much for reaching out, and also just, I don't know, it speaks a lot to your character of just being so modest about it too. You're just like, yeah, just we have gate parties and stuff. But
Yeah, it's look, the game's enjoyable. I don't take it too seriously. I just like kind of tinkering and decorating. Like I said, I had a lot of fun in cities with that aspect of that game.
right,
And kind of taken it to Palia. And I've enjoyed my time. Obviously, I've played it a lot. You don't get a place like this without kind of putting in some time to get to it. So
no, definitely not.
it's been enjoyable, and there's heaps of inspiration. So obviously, um, the first video that I noticed with it from yourself with the Paleo House Tour, they did a great job there, and heaps of other people have done amazing jobs. So it's very easy to get inspired and try things when so many people are doing so many great things.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I 100% think people will gain lots of inspiration from your house and how you have things laid out. And I can only hope at this point, right, as a content creator, that I captured it well enough. That's the one thing that I'm just like, man, I hope I got everything. But this is just very, very well done. How many hours would you say that you've put into Palia so far? If you had to ballpark it?
Too many, heaps.
Too many?
Yeah. It'd be a lot of hours for sure.
Right.
I haven't obviously kept track, and I don't think there's a way in game to actually see how many hours. There's been a whole bunch of hours just kind of idling as well, just letting things like my farm to continue growing and
Right.
like that. But yeah, I think my game level is about just under 400 in game. So
Oh, you're 400 levels in game?
yeah,
Ooh, boy. Yes. So, power player. Definitely.
yeah.
Yes, definitely.
I came to Paleo straight from 004. So I was kind of grinding 004, and I just kind of came into this, which is like a totally different game, different vibe.
What is double oh
But
004, if you don't mind me asking? I'm not familiar with
I'd say
it.
Diablo 4. So
Oh, Diablo 4. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
so just
Excellent.
kind of kept the grind going, but different vibes.
Right. Where do you say you spend the most time in your house?
Probably the farm,
Probably
or
the
in
farm.
that farm space, like where all the preserves
Hmm.
and the farm, glowworm farms, and the farm itself. Probably idling over there for sure,
Right.
because always got the preserves and the glowworms going.
Right. Well, I will ask one last question, and again, just thank you so much for reaching out and giving me the honor of touring your house. I will ask, and this is kind of similar to my other tours that I've done. Most of my other tours have been in a game called Dinkum, and I told you about that a little bit. We took.
Yeah.
So one of the questions I like to ask is, with given the fact that your house is just so well decorated, you've spent a lot of time with this. You really spent a good deal of time in Pela. You know the ins and outs. You know what the limitations are. And assuming Singularity 6 is going to be watching this video, what is something that you would want more of in Palia?
I think it's the thing that I would like to see is obviously animals, that whole stable aspect. I think that's just something I definitely want. It allows obviously cooking to become more fleshed out as well, because you
Right.
do at the moment everything like your kind of small goods is just via the store rather than being able to create yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
it does open up a whole different kind of aspect to the game. There's a whole bunch of things. I think fishing could be a little bit more enjoyable,
Mm-hmm.
and bug hunting. I think that can be a bit grindy compared to the other aspects, but at the same time, I also kind of take the game for what it is as well. Like it's meant to be this cozy type of sim game. It's not necessarily meant to be power gamed. So
Right.
I don't kind of force that viewpoint of making it catered to power gamers.
Right.
I'm
Right.
quite happy for it to be how it is in that sense. That's kind of more content is more what I'm interested in.
Right. And do you say that do you take your time in Palia, just kind of play it as it's meant to be played, or are there some things
No,
that you? Okay.
no, I power gamed through it. I just kind of zerged my way through as much as possible, and very like you look at some people's houses and they've maybe playing for weeks and they've only just started on their first room, but within 2 weeks, I've had my whole place was pretty much all established,
Wow.
and it's just been decorating since. So I very quickly just kind of, yeah, uh, you know, just grind through games pretty quickly.
Hmm.
But this game has held me, even though I've kind of reached the end. Like I reached that gold cap, and I don't really have a means of spending gold. But I just kind of gamble it away on Ziki coins. So and just kind of keep decorating. That said, I've only just recently hit the item cap. I think that could be a problem. The item cap within the plot.
Hmm.
Hopefully that gets increased real soon because I can't really do much with this plot. And I think the intent is you're meant to then use a second plot, but I'm kind of attached to this one. I don't really want to start a new one. So
Yeah, that was one of the things I was going to ask you earlier. Was if you utilize the additional plots, and yeah, it's just
yeah,
if
not at
you.
all. I've got a loading plot where it's essentially there's another. I've got a main house on one, but I just use it to be able to grow other buildings
Mhm.
essentially, and then I can just remove it from there and install it straight here pre-built. Um, but I don't actually decorate. I visited somebody else in game and they had like 5 decorated plots, all differently themed, which was really cool. But at the same time, I kind of like narrow focus on a single thing, and I kind of put all my effort into it, which is what this place was.
Oh yeah, definitely. Do you like to play solo or you play with friends?
Predominantly solo, but it is. I have a lot of people on my friends list because I like just to kind of jump around people's houses and see what they're doing for inspiration.
Awesome.
And obviously, I've done a lot of cake parties purely
Hmm.
to fund everything. So you meet a lot of people that way. So yeah, it's been good.
Excellent. Well, Charlie, I just I can't express my gratitude enough for allowing me to come and tour your beautiful, beautiful house. You're definitely like God mode, paleo player. It's fantastic. Like just seeing everything. And I think so many people are going to get inspiration from your house. And again, thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you. Happy to show you around, and yeah, hope everybody enjoys it.
Yeah, I hope so too. All right, don't forget, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and leave a like on the video. And I want to know in the comments, y'all better be all up in those comments telling me what y'all think about this house. Um, hey, if you want a tour, I'm happy to come and definitely take a look at it. Don't feel like you have imposter syndrome at all. Even though we've seen some pretty impressive houses, everybody, like Charlie says, gets inspiration from all different places. And I can attest to this in some of the other games that I've played that, even if you've played for just a month, right? Or even a couple of weeks, just using the items in a different way, you can totally take inspiration from that. Anybody can take inspiration from anyone, no matter how long you played. It's a fact. All right. Bye, everyone.